Okay, so I know we're gonna start part 3 soon, but I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel, or to watching and just to watching the video. So on this part 3, there's a few things. I did finish my cup with my saying on it, which is just regular vinyl, and I also sealed it with epoxy. So I can do a video to show you how to do that, how to accomplish that. If you're not familiar with that, there are tons of videos on YouTube on doing it. So I figured why not save time in a step in showing you how to do that. So for this part, you're going to need your cup. You'll need your outer layer. And you'll also need, to seal it, I'm going to use this silicone glue. And then you'll also need baby oil. All right, so you'll need baby oil. This is the one I'm going to use, okay? So that's what we're going to use for part 3, okay? Okay, so now that we have all of our items and we know exactly what we need, we're going to start putting this cup together, okay? So I'm going to turn the camera so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so today we're going to this is part 3 of the video, and I want to thank everyone for watching and subscribing to the video. So this is part 3 of that video. For the cup, I've actually put my saying on the cup as well as the person's name on the cup, okay? And instead of black, this time I decided to do white, okay? And we're going to use the outer lid and the inside lid. This is part 3. We're also going to use some E6000 glue to seal the cup, okay? So the way this works is you take these two pieces and they go like this. But before we do this and lock it in there, I'm going to actually place the glue down into this groove here, okay? So I'm going to turn the camera so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Okay. So now I'm going to take my E6000. Okay. And with the E6000, just work it like so. Okay. And just getting right to the edge of that lip. Okay. And I want to get enough on there so that way when it seals, it locks it in there and holds it in place, okay? And when you do this step here, you have to make sure that you let the E6000 dry before you start to add your baby oil or your liquid, okay? All right, so I think I have quite a lot of glue on that part. Okay. And now I'm going to put my top back on there. And now we're going to take this part and push down, okay, to lock it in there, to give us a nice lip. Okay, and if you notice here on the outside, as I'm pushing, I have glue that's kind of seeping. And that's fine, because what we don't want is we don't want our liquid to seep through that layer. So that E6000 is good that it's doing that, okay? See there how it groups? What I'm going to do is get a baby wipe. Give me 1 second. So what I'm going to do is take my baby wipe and just clean that lip before it dries, okay? Just like so, okay? Because you don't want it chunky, but you want your glue to adhere, okay? So that way it doesn't come out and it doesn't leak. Okay. Okay, you notice it's knocking those little balls right off with the baby wipe. Okay. So let that dry, and then we'll come back and put our baby oil in. On the back of the E6000, it says, test small area, apply directly to surface to be bonded or repaired. Allow 24 hours for curing. Maximum bond strength may not be reached until 72 hours, okay? So it's saying give it 24 hours. We'll come back and we'll fill it, okay? And I'm just getting all those little balls off of there. And for this, you see the E6000 is really drying really quickly. So it usually doesn't take 24 hours. You can wait 24 hours, or you can do it really within 2 hours. It's really ready, okay? Because what we're going to do is once we let the whole thing sit, then we're going to let everything sit and cure, okay, before we actually start to use the flotation part, okay? So we'll be back shortly. Okay, so we've let it sit for 24 hours now at this point, and let it seal. It looks like everything is on there nice and tight. All right, so now what I want to do is, in my cup, since it's a beach themed cup, I'm going to put these little seashells in there. I got these from Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to drop some of these in there. Drop them in there. Okay, just a few more. I'm gonna do too many. Okay, so now I place my seashells in there. So now we're going to take our baby oil. Okay, and get it open because it does have a childproof lock. I got it open. All right, and then now we're going to squirt the oil on the inside. Okay. And I'm putting enough oil in here that it fills up, okay? And while you're doing this, you'll notice that if you have a good enough seal or not, because it will start to leak if you don't. Like mine does not. So since it doesn't, what I am going to do is, let me go get a paper towel. Hold on. So what we're going to do is seal on the outside before I keep adding, because it's just going to leak through. So let's do some E6000 around the outside. And then I'll show you what I'm going to do to cover that up. Okay, so what I do when this happens is take some E6000 and just put a thin layer on the outside. If you're using silicone, you can do that as well to act as your sealant. And then I'm going to show you how we will cover that spot up, okay? So no one will ever know except for us. It'll be our little secret, okay? All right, that's that side. Now let's turn it. And I'm just taking my knife so I can get a nice thin layer of E6000, okay? And here you'll see how I'm applying it to that area, okay? A little bit more. Okay. And what you can do is if you don't feel confident enough in your seal as you go, you can do a glitter epoxy layer on the outside first. That's what I did the first time I did the cup, was a glitter epoxy mix, and then covered that section, okay? Because that was my first time doing that cup, and I just was a little scared. I wanted to try it this time, hoping I've perfected my seal, but clearly I haven't. That's fine. When you have errors, you have to learn to work with them and try again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. All right? So we're just going to go around it with this. Give it a good seal. And then what I'm going to do is let this dry for like an hour. And then I'm going to come back in with my epoxy layer and cover the area, okay? And then we'll resume with our oil and what is this? Our oil and our sealing the bottom of the cup, okay? So while this layer is drying, what I'm going to do is let this dry. See. Still getting oil seeping through that. Okay, so it seems like the oil has stopped seeping, but just to be on the safe side, just want to seal really good. A little bit on this side. Okay. All right. So now we've done that, okay? So then I'll pause the video here. We'll come back in a little bit, and then I'll show you how we fix this, okay?